Live from the 607, it's the Ocho Duro Parlay Hour, where we're talking everything going on in the world of sports. Join in the conversation on social media with the hashtag ODPH, because here we go.
Instead of looking deep inside, every word I have to say, keep it simple.
Welcome to an all-new edition of the ODPH podcast. What is happening, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us this week. My name is Ken M. You know the co-host. He's a man of 1,004 aliases, but the one that we all know him best is Padawan J.
Let me talk to you.
And it's been a while since we've talked.
It has. We're coming in with allegedly more recruits than Penn State. Help me.
This is true. We've had a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Obviously, you've been listening to the ODPH on the subscribes. We do appreciate it. It means the absolute world to us. We've been launching Fanlight Zone.
This is true.
And that has taken up a lot of time. As it was pointed out to me this past week, I set up a business within 30 days.
Pretty much.
Running.
I think it was within 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was within 2 weeks to be specific.
Yeah.
Not to go on a bragging tip, because that's not me if you know me well. But that just kind of really put it into perspective about like what's been going on with the show and the podcast. Because we've told you once, we'll tell you a million times. Until you hear us say this is the last episode, we're still doing the show.
Mm-hmm.
So rumors of our demise is greatly exaggerated.
Plus, weather in the Northeast this time of year is kind of all over the place.
Yeah, so it's a little behind the scenes. So what we're going to tell you is very simple, Pad. If you want to know what's going on with the ODPH, where do you go?
ODPHpodcast.com.
Right on, because that'll have all the information there. It also has a link to fanlightzone.com. So we'll be at one or two spots. You can find us for all the sports talk here on the ODPH network, and of course we're going to do the entertainment when something comes up, but primarily a lot of that's going to be moved to Fanlight Zone, which, I mean, obviously it's the home of comics pop culture, so it makes a lot more sense. But nevertheless, when you come to ODPH podcast, you're going to find the link to the TeePublic store, you're going to find the blogs, you're going to find the classifieds, which has friends of the show such as 3FM Podcast, Dragon Master Games, and you're also going to find the directory, which, how many providers are we on?
497,224.
And your source?
Trust me, bro.
So that being said, we're not going anywhere. So you should be subscribed wherever you listen to your favorite podcast from. We'll always have something for you. It helps the algorithm of the show. That's what I'm told. Mm-hmm. And last but certainly not least, we have a fantastic music section. And that is worth the price of admission alone. So definitely shout out to Tom Jolu, who's doing amazing things. Brian Wolf and the Howlers, Second Suitor, Floodland, Shout out to the Robots. All great musicians, all bands and music that you need to go check out. I can preach about it all day, but you came here to hear something else, so we're going to get right to it. So anything else is odphpodcast.com. That is your link to everything going on for the parlay of topics. This week, though, we got a lot to recap in the world of sports. It's been a while, but let's kick it off as we always do. We're in the middle of the NFL season. A lot of things have happened this past week, so Pad, let's go locks and leaps.
Yeah, so we're going to start with our lock, actually, because we both picked this one. And
we had a lot of similar ones this week.
Yeah, we did. Boy, we couldn't have been more wrong on this one because we picked the L.A. Rams.
Yeah.
To beat the Carolina Panthers, which apparently Carolina didn't get the script because they decided to flip it because the Panthers won 31-28 at home. Saw some footage from the stands. Fans were loving it. Mm-hmm. Bryce Young, 15-20, 206 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Matthew Stafford, 18-28, 243 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Blake Corum led the way for the Rams in rushing, 7 carries, 81 yards, just 1 touchdown. Chuba Hubbard led the way for Carolina, 17 carries, 83 yards, no touchdowns. Jalen Coker led the way for Carolina in receiving with 4 catches, 74 yards, just 1 touchdown. And then Xavier Smith led the way for the Rams with 3 catches, 82 yards, and no touchdowns.
Well, 2 stories are going on with this one.
Any given Sunday?
I wish. Great movie. Absolutely love that. The Rams took the Panthers too lightly.
Absolutely.
That is the easiest way you can describe this.
I am in the process because I will admit I don't know the Rams' schedule off the top of my head. I'm wondering if this might have been a trap game.
I think it was just because, much like we've referred to the Buffalo Bills,
maybe
sometimes teams buy into the hype. And they were getting anointed the best team in football.
Stafford and all the MVP conversations, deservedly so.
Yeah.
But still,
they looked past the Carolina Panthers. And granted, the Panthers were a 500 team at the time. Mm-hmm. You could make an argument that the Panthers are not good. We said this on the show. We're not going to take it back.
They're very hit or miss.
They're very hit and miss. But quietly and deceptively, they have put together a positive record. They're 7-6.
Yeah.
And there is some online conspiracies, if you want to believe in superstitions and all that jazz.
Cue the X-Files theme.
The last 2 times that they went to the Super Bowl, the only 2 times,
Yep.
it tied into Ohio State winning the national championship. It tied into when they opened up, they faced Jacksonville. Like there's like a lot of weird conspiracies going on. And they all tie into the alleged color scheme of the logo for the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, there's that whole thing.
And like I say, I'm using a lot of allegedly. So if you want to say this team is the team of destiny, that is all you.
Yeah.
I say no. I don't think so. I will say this. If you're a Carolina Panthers fan, you have a lot to be looking forward to.
Listen, there's only one conspiracy I believe in when it comes to the Carolina Panthers, and that is the conspiracy that the only 2 times that team has been in the Super Bowl, they have faced Hall of Famers. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. So if and when Carolina gets back to the Super Bowl, because I figure at some point they'll get back to the Super Bowl. This point, statistically, whoever they face, certified Hall of Famer.
You have to think that. And coming out of the AFC, there's a lot that you could say.
Yeah.
I think of all the playoff teams, you can make an argument for a few.
Sure.
That are going to be there, but that's for another discussion. But in this case, though, huge win for Carolina. It was a gritty win, one that they were not expected to do.
Yeah.
Let's face it, the Rams were the best team in football.
Was 21-17 in favor of the Rams at halftime.
Yeah, so they wound up slipping a little bit.
Goose egg in the third quarter didn't help.
Yeah, a very bad performance from Matt Stafford. I mean, you would say, well, 2 interceptions shouldn't break a team, but it did because, let's face it.
2 interceptions, 2 sacks, missed 10 of his passes. The the Panthers only hit Stafford twice.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. If he was getting hit more, like in comparison to when Josh Allen was getting wrecked by Houston's defense.
Yeah.
Then you could say, it wasn't his fault. But
and if I would say it could, if it was the opposite where, Carolina's defense is just that darn good. Their offense just doesn't have anything. Carolina defense isn't really that good.
No, it's not a lights-out defense. It's serviceable. I think that's very honest to say. It's not terrible by any means.
Right.
But when they're putting that much pressure on Stafford that he's making mistakes, it does cause for a little bit of pause.
Sure.
It does. I mean,
sure.
You can't lie about it. But I think this is just such a huge win in the eyes of the Carolina team and fans that we can't take that away from it. Like, it's a bad loss for the Rams, but it's such a momentum builder for Carolina.
Exactly.
Especially for Bryce Young, who, I mean, listen, I'll be the first one to say I wrote him off.
I have too, and I feel like he's gotten the short end of the stick. You got to give some credit to Carolina's defense, though, just because I'm looking at the receiving stats here. And I mentioned Xavier Smith, leading receiver, but Puka Nacua, 6 for 72 on 9 targets. That's not bad. Devontae Adams, who's having a great season, 4 for 56, 2 touchdowns, but that's on 5 targets, so not bad. But then the rest of it, you got Colby Parkinson, 4 for 27 on 5 targets. Davis Allen, 1 for 4 on 1 target, and then a bunch of guys who had no catches, no yards on 1 target. So all things considered, okay, you gave up the 2 tutties to Devontae Adams, but death taxes and Devontae Adams at the goal line.
Yeah.
But for the rest of it, that's not bad.
It's not bad, but I mean, it kind of draws a little comparisons to when the Bills lost to Houston.
Sure.
Everybody was anointing the Bills as Super Bowl winners.
Sure.
They go in there, they get punched in the mouth, even though they lost by a short amount.
Sure.
I mean, remember, the Bills were within scoring distance, lost by 4. This is a loss by 3 for the Rams. Not writing them off by any stretch, but this is a bad loss, especially when you have Seattle right behind you, and for that coveted number 1 seed in the NFC, you can't falter like this.
I mean, right now in the standings, Seattle and the Rams both have the same record. The Rams have the tiebreaker over Seattle based on head-to-head win percentage.
Yeah.
So we shall see. Looking ahead for these 2 teams the next couple of weeks, remainder of the season, realistically.
Yeah, just go remainder.
Yeah, the Carolina Panthers are actually off this upcoming week. Coming back week 15, they're on the road playing the New Orleans Saints. Week 16, they're at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then week 17, they're at home against the Seattle Seahawks. Then they got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road in week 18.
I see them going 2-2 on that stretch.
Probably. Then for the LA Rams.
Yeah.
Don't think it was necessarily a trap game. Could be, though, because they've got the Arizona Cardinals on the road.
Division.
This upcoming Sunday. So, maybe trap game, maybe not. I don't know.
I think the one after it is.
Because that is a home game against the Detroit Lions. Then they've got a Thursday night game, week 16, on the road playing the Seattle Seahawks. Then you've got a Monday night football game the week after that on the road playing the Atlanta Falcons. And then the last game of the year is at home against the Arizona Cardinals.
That's a tough one to call. If I have to say, that could be a 2-3 stretch.
They should beat the Cardinals twice.
Because that's one that could go either way.
Cardinals right now 3-9, eliminated from the playoffs, last place in the division. Blah blah blah. So they should beat the Cardinals. They should beat Atlanta, but Atlanta, who the heck?
You don't know.
Who the heck knows? They're the NFC equivalent of the Chargers. You never know who's going to show up. Detroit, coin flip, and then I would say Seattle. You don't know either. So there's two at least should wins, and the rest are we'll see.
I would say this. I mean, Seattle. That's going to be the toughest game in that stretch.
Yeah,
no question about it.
Yeah.
Arizona, you don't know because division always gets up. I think that if they're going to win, they're going to take that first one. I don't think they take that second one because I could see if the Rams have clinched and they can't move any further, they'll sit some starters on that game.
Sure.
And then Detroit, you don't know. And like I say, Seattle's going to be the benchmark.
Sure. There's no room for error, though, just because I mentioned Seattle's got the same record as them. San Francisco's right behind them at 9-4.
Yeah.
And the difference between where the Rams are to where Seattle is in the playoff standings, Rams right now are the 2 seed. Seahawks are the number 5 seed. The 49ers are the 7 seed.
Yeah, so I mean,
there's literally no room for error.
And if this ends right now, I don't think the Rams want any part of the 49ers.
Nope.
49ers are doing this with a literal carousel of players.
This is true.
So can't take anything away from that.
This is true.
But we're talking about the NFC, though. One of the biggest surprises of the season, even though we did call it on the preview show. The Chicago Bears.
How about them Bears? In the first place in the NFC for the first time since I believe it's like 2006, 2007.
Something like that.
Since the Lovie Smith, Rex Grossman era. Listen, I took this as a leap. Don't ask me why. I had a feeling in my gut. Turned out to be right. Because the Chicago Bears beat the Philadelphia Eagles 24-15. Caleb Williams, 17-36, 154 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jalen Hurts, 19-34, 230 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Saquon Barkley led the way for the Eagles with 13 carries, 56 yards, no touchdowns. Kyle Monaghanai led the way for the Bears, 22 carries, 130 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Oh, by the way, DeAndre Swift, 18 carries, 125 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a game. For the Bears in receiving, it was Cole Kmet, 3 catches, 36 yards, and 1 touchdown. And then for Philly, it was A.J. Brown, 10 catches, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Bad loss for Philly.
Oh, boy.
I know the defensive coordinator was hearing it from the fans. In fact, I believe his house was egged.
I thought I heard something about that.
There's some kind of wild story going on with this. I think the big tell here, though, is Philly is not the juggernaut that we all thought they were going to be.
No.
Saquon Barkley has had a good season, not a great one.
It's compared to last year, it ain't good.
Yeah, and Jalen Hurts is not playing lights out.
Tell me about it. Fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of issues going on with that offense. I mean, it's been very well publicized. So
stagnant.
We're not saying anything out of turn here. So when you have a team that is literally playing with no pressure on them, and that's what the Bears are doing.
Yeah.
And the Bears are winning gritty. Like, you think about it, at halftime or going into the third quarter, rather, or fourth quarter, it's 10-9 Chicago. And Chicago didn't falter. They didn't get caught up in the moment.
They don't break.
They played great. And Caleb Williams, I mean, listen, it's not a pretty stat line, but he's getting wins.
No.
But when that running attack is doing what they're doing, 2 rushers over 100 yards.
I mean, you can tell that even in the time of possession. Bears, 39 minutes, 18 seconds. Eagles, 20 minutes, 42 seconds.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Holy smokes.
That's a problem.
I dare you to have that time of possession and win.
Yeah, so Chicago, give it to Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Give it to, I mean, in all honesty.
Whipping off the shirt like he's Pat McAfee on Saturday.
If he gets this team in the playoffs, which he should.
He should.
He's coach of the year. I don't think there's anybody you can question. You might make an argument for Seattle's coach.
Yeah.
You could, pending, but I think this. I think for the Bears in this moment in time to do what they're doing, and only few people, and I'll take my victory lap on that one, thought that Johnson could come in and make an immediate impact.
Sure.
He's doing it, and he's got this team believing they can win.
I figured the Bears would be decent.
Right.
hovering around 500.
Yeah.
Maybe contending for a wild card spot or making some noise. Wouldn't be eliminated until, the final week of the season where you always get those weird scenarios that are playing out on live TV. But did I ever think they'd be sitting here first place?
Never first place.
First place in the NFC North, number one seed in the NFC conference because they have the tiebreaker over the Rams based on best win percentage in conference games. No, I would have never thought that. It's insane.
No, but they're finding ways to win, and they're winning gritty.
Yeah.
That is something that if I'm opposing them in the playoffs,
sure,
you got to be worried.
They're not blowing teams out, but you know what? Win's a win.
No, they're winning ugly.
5-point win against Cincinnati, 4-point win against the Giants, 2-point win against the Vikings. What is this? 9:30, a 3-point win against the Steelers, and then you get this one against the Eagles.
Yeah. That's
1-point win against the Raiders, 1-point win against the Commanders, about 12 points win against the Saints.
Yeah.
They blew out the Cowboys 31-14.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. They're winning in such a weird sense that the bend but don't break, except for a few hiccups there.
A win is a win.
A win is a win, and being 9-3 and sitting on top of the NFC speaks volumes.
So for the rest of the remainder of the regular season for the Bears this upcoming Sunday, should be interesting because they are on the road playing the Green Bay Packers.
Is that the 8 o'clock game?
No, that's a 4:25 game.
Surprised.
Current weather forecast is because, hey, it's Green Bay in December. Ooh, good Lord. According to AccuWeather, it is going to be 18 degrees and partly sunny. Good.
Ooh.
Still going to be cold. After that, they got a home game against the Cleveland Browns in Week 15. Another Packer game, this one in Chicago in Week 16. That one is an 8:20 game that's on a Saturday on Fox. So, that'll be cold. And then they've got a game Week 17 on the road playing the San Francisco 49ers. That'll be on NBC. Close out the regular season. Boy, you want to talk about potential implications. Home game against the Detroit Lions.
That's huge.
Uh-huh.
Depending on records, that could be
Yep.
That could be for the NFC North, if not.
Anything is wide open this year.
Well, the thing about it, which we'll get to Detroit in a little bit, the Bears can sneak in there. They only got some real competition in my eyes in Green Bay.
Yeah.
So that's why it makes next week's all that important.
Yeah.
So we'll have to kind of wait and see.
Then for the Philadelphia Eagles, they've got a game this upcoming Monday on the road playing the L.A. Chargers. That'll be on ESPN and ABC. Week 15, home game against the Las Vegas Raiders. And then week 16, on the road playing the Washington Commanders. Odd start time for that one, 5 o'clock. Week 17, boy, you got some interest in this one. On the road in Orchard Park, New York.
Yeah.
Playing the Buffalo Bills, 4:25 game there. So that'll be a good Buffalo in late December. Bring your long coats there, Eagles fans. And then they close out the regular season at home playing the Washington Commanders.
I will say this. I would never want to buy a home ticket for that.
Mm-hmm.
Bills Mafia and Philly fans.
Yeah. I went to a Bills game years and years ago, like 97, 98, whatever Marino's last year was, where he was hurt for like the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the Bills-Dolphins game there, and that was cold then.
No. But think about it.
Oh, I know.
But depending on, if you imagine they flex that game into 8 o'clock.
Oh, boy.
I would not want to be anywhere near there.
Yeah.
That would be a very, very ugly scene. I'm just putting it out there.
Let's just see. I'll see what the schedule looks like that week, because, they may or may not do it. Let's see. Week 17, Monday night game, They're not doing it. It's Chicago and San Francisco.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
They're not. And then the Monday game, because I think they can flex Monday. They might do it for the Monday game though. Yeah. Monday is the Rams and Falcons.
Yeah, I was gonna say the earlier the better for the safety of the crowd. Yeah. Because that's gonna be a rough crowd that night. In my opinion.
Local Home Depots will be out of tables.
Yep. Reasons, folks. Much like the Thanksgiving Day tradition, it's reasons. But this year had a lot more implications, and one that I had a feeling Green Bay was going to pull this off. Because sometimes you need a little bit of love on the holidays. And
an incredible halftime show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Eminem and Jack White.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. But this really set a precedent for where the NFC North is. Mm-hmm. And sorry, Lions fans, I know we do have a very strong contingent here. I think that window closed, but let's get into this game.
Yeah, so the Green Bay Packers won by the final score of 31-24. Jared 18 of 30, 234 yards passing, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
No interceptions. Oh, by the way, goose egg in the sack department. Jared Goff, 20 of 26, 256 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Jahmyr Gibbs led the way for Detroit in rushing, 20 carries, 68 yards, no touchdowns. For the Packers, it was, well, who else? Josh Jacobs, 17 for 83, 0 touchdowns. And then for Green Bay, well, about everybody was catching the ball that day. Dontavian Wicks, 6 catches, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. Guaranteed he's shooting up to the top of the waiver wire claim this week. And then it was also for the Detroit Lions, Jamison Williams, 7 catches, 144 yards, and 1 touchdown. Should also shout out for the Packers, Christian Watson, 4 catches, 80 yards, 1 touchdown. Good grief.
It's insane. But the stat line, though, as you alluded to, Jordan Love was not sacked.
No, he wasn't.
Jared Goff got sacked 3 times.
Uh-huh. And the Lions only managed 2 quarterback hits.
Yeah.
One from Tyleek Williams and the other one from Alim McNeil.
So that being said, I really think Detroit has got some problems.
I give the Packers credit. I'm looking at the stat line for Aiden Hutchinson. They shut him down. Six total tackles, 3 solo, no sacks, no tackles for loss, no passes defended, no QB hits. Like, he was there. He played.
Yeah.
But it wasn't much.
And granted, I mean, I know Amon St. Brown got hurt early in the game.
Right, which that doesn't help.
No, it definitely doesn't. But in this situation, it's the story of Detroit's defense could not get to Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like the Packers have an amazing offensive line.
Right.
They have a good one, sure. But would I say it's Indianapolis level? No. So you give Love that much time, he's going to tear you apart. He's that good of a quarterback.
Love, 17 sacks this season.
Yeah, that's astounding.
About halfway to his career high, which is in 2023, and that was 30.
Yeah. So you think about the day and night difference. So the line is playing very well, but if you can keep him upright and there's no pressure, he's doing it. And on the flip side, like I say, this game was only separated not by much, but by enough that with this, Detroit took a bad loss, 2 games behind the Packers, and they're behind the Bears. They're outside looking in.
Yep.
And honestly, I just don't think this team is going to pull it off. I think, unfortunately for them, the NFC West is too stacked.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the 8th seed, 7-5. They're behind the San Francisco 49ers, who are 9-4.
Yeah.
So that might just be too much ground you got to make up.
But the problem, too, is who's right behind them?
The Lions, that would be the one, Dallas Cowboys, 6-5-1.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
How crazy is it that, of course, happens every time, that tie is now coming into factor?
Oh, it's going to come back to haunt them.
Yep.
Dallas fans,
happens every year.
I'm not trying to get you fired up, but that's going to come back to probably
it happens to everybody.
They'll keep them out of the playoffs.
Happened to Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah, completely. But in this game, though, that's the story. The defense did not show up, and if the defense can't put any pressure on a quarterback, you're not going to get far. And that's one thing the Detroit's team had started doing. It had a really great defense. They haven't played up to the level it needs to, in my opinion. And I think that knowing how stacked that NFC is right now, they're just not going to get there. I think Goff, he is playing lights out as much as he can, but he can only do so much. But if you're holding Gibbs and Montgomery under 100 yards, I mean, they had it combined 100 yards between them.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we see.
Not ideal.
No.
So for the remainder of the regular season for the Green Bay Packers, ooh, baby, this ain't going to be easy. Upcoming Sunday, they have a home game against the Chicago Bears. Week 15 on the road playing the Denver Broncos. Week 16 on the road playing the Chicago Bears. Week 17 at home against the Baltimore Ravens. Week 18 on the road playing the Minnesota Vikings. Well, there's only one guarantee in that schedule. Week 18, you'll be nice and cozy.
Yeah, I would say that they could be sitting starters. That's the only way they could lose that one, in my opinion.
Could be. For the Detroit Lions, they've got the remainder of the regular season. Well, they got a quick turnaround because they're playing this upcoming Thursday on Prime Video at home against the Dallas Cowboys. Should be interesting. We should also note today.
They got a lot of injuries.
Yeah, they do. Well, and today as we record, Amon-Ra St. Brown, in case you have him in fantasy, currently listed as questionable because of his ankle for Thursday's game, so well, pay attention to that. But then after that, the Lions have got a road game against the L.A. Rams.
Yeah.
Then they've got a home game against the Pittsburgh Steelers in Week 16. On the road playing the Minnesota Vikings. That's on Christmas, so that'll be on Netflix. And then they close out the regular season on the road playing the Chicago Bears.
One game in that is the one I would say is probably a guaranteed win. Other than that, even Pittsburgh, you never know what you're going to get out of them.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. So looking at the rest of the games on the docket that took place Thursday and Sunday, the other Thursday games, well, you had the Dallas Cowboys beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the most watched regular season game in NFL history. It was like 52 million people or 50-something million people. Insane. With the Cowboys winning 31-28.
Say what you will about Dallas, they will always have that tradition. Everybody will tune in to watch them. And the Chiefs obviously have a little more star power per se
A little bit.
in some circumstances, but a bad loss for the Chiefs.
Yeah, this is not what they needed.
No, and
Also, they're 1-5 on the road.
yeah, so
Yikes.
like I say, the fact that they won a very gritty game late too. Like that's the one thing about this. Dallas is making some noise quietly, but I do agree with you, that tie is going to haunt them. In Kansas City, I think this is the year they're out.
Well, I mean, we can just run through this quick. They've got Houston,
Houston's going to be tough.
Yeah. Houston, Chargers, Titans, Broncos, Raiders to close out the regular season.
So realistically,
They got one guaranteed win in that.
yeah, I would say
Maybe two.
depends on what happens with Herbert in his hand.
True.
So week 15 could be tough. Tennessee should be an easy
Tennessee's
win.
a win. Denver.
Denver, who knows?
By that point, you never know.
I mean, I think for Denver's sake, I think they're going to go in there and try finishing the job. The
Right. Raiders, not good this year, although when they show up to play the Chiefs, they get good.
Yeah, I mean, that week 17 could or 18 could be
But
interesting.
yeah, no, I'm with you. I much as crazy as it is to say, I don't think Patty Mahomes is going to make it this year.
No, I think they're out, which, I
Could
mean,
be.
after all, I mean, eventually dynasties have to falter. So,
Yeah. America needs a break from Patrick Mahomes at some point.
yep.
Then the other Thursday game, you had the Cincinnati Bengals beat the Baltimore Ravens 32-14.
5 turnovers. That's all you need to say about this game. 5 turnovers. Joe Burrow looked amazing coming back.
24-46, 261.
I still think the window is too far for them to get back in.
Sure, they're 4-8. They are a ways.
They need a lot of luck to get in
They
there.
are the 12th seed.
Yeah, but I know, I mean, on paper they're still in it, but I just don't think they can do it. I just don't.
No, I don't either. Then you had the San Francisco 49ers beat the Cleveland Browns 26-8.
I usually say this every time anybody asks me about the 49ers. Who's playing? I don't even know, and yet they're pulling out wins left and right.
Well, we know a certain someone is coming back to the practice squad.
Yes,
So that hit the news wires today.
Yeah, we saw. Well, that's for Cleveland, but
Yeah.
But it is what it is there. Cleveland, I think, just wants to get through the end of the season, and then they're going to have to make a lot of choices concerning their offense.
Myles Garrett sack tracker. He had one sack for this game, so he is currently sitting at 19. So a regular season sack record, still very much in reach.
Oh, I think he's going to break it.
Probably.
I think he will.
Probably. Then you had the Jacksonville Jaguars win 25-3.
3 straight wins for the Jags.
Yeah.
I mean, division game, so, I mean,
Also Tennessee.
the Titans are just bad, so.
1-11.
Yeah, I mean.
0-7 at home.
I mean, probably locked in the number 1 pick, I would say, at this stage.
I'd have to look. But
so they're going to go back to back. So, sorry, Titans fans, it's not good.
Then, much to your chagrin, the Miami Dolphins beat the New Orleans Saints 21-17.
You know, the thing about this is the Dolphins have won 3 straight.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think they're going to run into the playoffs? No. Are they playing tough for reasons? Yeah. I mean, I think they're lucking in, and especially with that luck happening, I mean, the Saints are not good. So am I saying they're going to be playoff worthy? No, I just don't think they get there.
So, looking at the Tennessee first overall draft pick thing, this is the first time I've had to look at this all year, by the way. It's a wonderful feeling. Not guaranteed they have the number 1 overall pick. They are currently a half game ahead of the New York Giants. And that's only because I think What is that? That's 12, 13. Yeah, so the Giants have played one more game.
I will reserve judgment on that. I don't want to rip into the Giants fans too much. I know we're going to talk about that game, but
Yeah, we are. Then the New York Jets beat the Atlanta Falcons on a 56-yard game-winning field goal from the ageless wonder, Nick Folk. Why do I say ageless wonder? Well, because they played together in Dallas in Aaron Glenn's last year.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is there.
Yeah.
Who is Atlanta?
What is Atlanta?
You don't know, and especially
They're
this
a
is
mess.
this is the game that completely describes them. So good for the Jets.
234-1 from Kirk Cousins, sacked twice. Bijan Robinson, 142 yards rushing. Kyle Pitts had 82 yards receiving.
No touchdown though.
No touchdown though. The only touchdown came from David Sills the fifth.
Yeah.
Two for 15 and 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a bleh game.
Yeah, we did miss one game though. Texans.
Oh yeah. The Houston Texans beat the Indianapolis Colts 20-16.
Have to give some flowers to Houston. I mean, they're quietly making a run there. And,
Sure.
And Indianapolis, I mean, we thought they were going to run away with it. Danny Dimes and company.
What did I say? I think the last time we were on the show. Show me when they play a team that's currently above 500.
Yeah.
The rest of them they've played were either at or below 500. And now they're running into some teams that are at above 500. And, well, the results are what the results are.
Yeah, big win for Houston, even though they made the QB switch back to Stroud. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah. Then you had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Arizona Cardinals 20-17.
It was a game.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing really to report.
Good game from Brissett. 3-0-1-2.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. The Seattle Seahawks put a whooping on the Minnesota Vikings, 26-0. Holy smokes!
Seattle folks do not sleep on it. When we give them all that praise, and everybody's going, "Well, who have they played?" Their defense is reminiscent of that Legion of Boom era.
4 sacks on Max Brosmer.
Yeah, Brosmer did not do himself any favors.
7 quarterback hits.
Just putting that out there.
Baby.
Not good.
No. Then you had the Los Angeles Chargers beat the Las Vegas Raiders 31-14.
Even with one hand, Herbert had 2 touchdowns. He played great.
Already had surgery.
Yeah, I mean, so
planning on playing this week.
Well, it's in his non-throwing hand, so I could understand if he wants to. And granted, for the playoffs push, they're going to need to, but it's a tough call.
Did not know that non-throwing part.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there going, how the hell is he going to play?
Yeah, it's non-throwing.
That makes sense.
So it's pretty much like his.
Sure.
I don't know the official status, but I would say it's like his pinky.
Sure. Then you had the Denver Broncos beat the Washington Commanders 21-26 in overtime.
Bum.
Catch of the year, though.
Catch of the year. I will say this. This game was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
It was a Traylon Burks was the gentleman who had the catch.
And I will say I felt so bad for that 2-point conversion that failed.
Yeah.
That was the backbreaker. But
yeah,
for Washington, I think the season has gotten away from them. And
sure.
For the Broncos, a solid win. But we talk about teams and schedules.
Yeah.
The Broncos got to be in that conversation too.
Oh yeah, they are
10-2. I mean,
yeah.
Do they strike fear in me in the playoffs? No.
They could make some noise.
They'll make some noise, but I don't think they're going to wind up doing it. I just don't.
Sure. Then we have our 2 teams. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Oh, I'll go first because
Okay.
The easiest way to describe this one is Pittsburgh. We have problems.
Yeah, they booed Renegade.
They booed Renegade.
They booed Renegade by sticks.
They were chanting about firing the head coach,
firing Tomlin.
Yeah. Pittsburgh turned into just a hot mess express.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to describe this. The Buffalo Bills turned on one of the best second-half performances this side of Belichick coaching the Patriots, making adjustments, and wound up winning 26-7. Josh Allen, not the greatest first half, but rebounded 123 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. James Cook ran crazy. And I will emphasize crazy on this, 144 yards. Should have had a touchdown.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that a little bit. And also is the leading wide receiver with 33 yards.
Yeah.
Say what you will. Keon Coleman sighting for a touchdown. 2 catches is what it is.
Decided to finally show up.
Yeah, things are, I guess, good now, so stay tuned, ...
Yeah.
On the flip side, Aaron Rodgers looked like Aaron Rodgers of his age right now.
Aaron Rodgers looked like he tried to break into Kevin McAllister's home on Home Alone.
Yeah, he did not look.
He got beat up.
He did not look good, even though he only got sacked once. But 117 yards, 0 touchdowns. Jalen Warren was the leading rusher, 10 carries, 35 yards. So keep that in perspective.
Yeah.
And then Darnell Washington was the leading wide receiver for the Steelers with 2 catches for 45 yards.
Do you think it's time for Tomlin to go?
Yeah, I think here's what I'm going to say. I think Tomlin is an amazing head coach.
Sure. Never had a losing season.
He's never had a losing season.
Thus far.
Yeah, and if this turns out to be the case, so be it.
Sure.
Do I think he should be fired over this? No. Do I think he should leave? Yes. Here's why.
Okay.
He has literally held this team together when it should have fallen apart on numerous occasions.
Mm-hmm.
And say what you will about his coaching style.
Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown.
He's handled every single problem that they've had in a locker room as best as possible the Steelers' way. The Steelers are one of the most sound organizations out there.
Mm-hmm.
But if your fan base is turning against him because you're having a sub-500 season in your eyes, I'm sorry, that's not on him. And the fact they were so audacious to chant fire Tomlin in the game.
Yeah.
There's problems in Pittsburgh we have not seen. This is very uncharacteristic for the Steelers organization.
Yeah.
Now, will they fire him? No, I don't think they would. I think that they'll
agree to part ways.
Yeah, exactly. Which, if they want to do that, that's perfectly fine.
Sure.
And that's Tomlin's right if he wants to bounce.
Sure.
Because if he's not getting appreciated there, he should.
There's going to be a lot of job opportunities, college and pros, that would line up if he leaves.
Listen, I'll already tell you this right now. You'll have the Giants will open up the Brinks truck for him.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, they will be like, what will it take to get you here?
I don't hate the idea Roethlisberger had. Coach Penn State.
I don't
hate that idea. I don't think it'll happen.
I don't hate that idea either, but I don't think he goes to he goes to college.
No.
He's too built for the pros. Mm-hmm. And I think if you can put him in any market, you can put him with any team, he's going to turn that around. And I think if you literally entice him, like let's say this, Giants fans brace for this. He has the number 1 pick staring at him. Mm-hmm. And he'll be the highest paid coach in the league. Mark my words.
Easily.
How do you say no to that? And he knows it'll be a rebuilding job.
Yeah.
But they have upside. They have a franchise quarterback if he can stay healthy and dart.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen with Scotabo.
True.
Hopefully he comes back healthy.
True.
You have to get your wide receiver core straightened out. The one thing Tomlin will do first day is fix that offensive line.
Good Lord, yeah. Yeah.
And then you're off to the races.
Mm-hmm.
They would be foolish not to just say, what will it take to get you here? Mm-hmm. And if Tomlin really feels unappreciated in Pittsburgh, which I don't know. I mean, it's not like we talked
there for like 20 seasons.
But he's literally done everything he can to keep that franchise in that winning tradition.
Yeah. I think he'll go too. And listen, he has earned a lot of respect and a lot of leeway from the front office, the owners, the GM, and what have you. And the reason I say that, and I can't take credit for this stat, Stephen A. Smith brought this up on First Take on, I believe it was Monday. And don't usually agree with a lot that's said on that show these days, but this one I was like, you know what, you got a point. The last time the Pittsburgh Steelers won a playoff game was against the Kansas City Chiefs on January 15th, 2017. So by the time it all rolls around, if the Pittsburgh Steelers do make the playoffs or not, we're sitting at 9 years without a playoff win. What other team can you say has that same stretch with a coach and they're still that team's head coach? It's a very short list.
Yeah, I was going to say Marvin Lewis in Cincinnati.
Yeah, but I'm talking today.
Yeah.
You know, what coach today could go that same stretch, not win a playoff game, and still be that team's head coach? Andy Reid, maybe.
Yeah, which, I mean, I could be wrong about the playoff.
9 years is a long time.
I could be wrong about the playoff record. I know. Right. I just know with, like, how bad Cincinnati was, and he was always still the head coach.
Right.
But no,
that's just how much he's loved and earned the respect of the front office.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean they don't want to move him.
No, they don't. It's almost in a similar situation to the Yankees with Joe Torre.
Yeah,
back in what was that, 2006, 2007?
Something like that.
It was just time. You know what? When you have the same voice telling you the same message, season in and season out, it starts to go in one ear, out the other ear.
Well, I think that's the problem too, and especially this year has not been a typical Steelers year. Your defense is not shutting anybody down. The fact the Bills ran the same running play on you 20 times.
Oh, my God. And Romo was calling it out, and everyone's been crapping on Romo these days.
Yeah, but here's the thing. For as much as Joe Brady was, getting a pass for this game.
Sure.
The fact that you ran the same play over and over and over.
They ran it at one point like 5 times in a row.
Yeah, legitimately. And granted, Pittsburgh couldn't stop you, so I get it. But at the same time, that is not smart football.
That's not good. That's like Madden easy mode type stuff.
Yeah, so that's also something the Steelers never would happen. I mean, obviously, the Bills set the record for the most rushing yards in their Steelers home game.
Good Lord.
And I can't even remember what the last time that was.
It's been a while.
Oh, yeah, no, that's been huge. It was like 249 yards.
Yeah.
That's never happened in the
nuts.
Steelers. So, and especially, too, with the Steelers front office not having a backup plan for quarterback, and you have to go get Aaron Rodgers so late in the year.
Old man Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. This has not been a typical Steelers year. So if you want to just hit the reset button, you do. Granted, I don't know who you get to replace him.
I don't know.
You'd have to see who's out there for head coaches. That would be a highly valued job, too.
Oh, it would, but there's not the usual candidate and the usual suspects that you hear year in and year out. They're like, oh, yeah, that would make sense. Or there's not that laundry list.
Yeah, and I don't think you can talk Cowher out of coming out of the booth to come back.
They've been trying to talk Cowher for various jobs for like 10, 15 years. He ain't coming.
Yeah, so.
He ain't coming. You got a better shot at maybe McCarthy.
Yeah, I mean.
McCarthy's the only one that jumps to my mind.
He'll get some.
I'm not saying it'll happen, but
No.
you asked me coaches who aren't doing anything right now that could possibly jump in. McCarthy
will be one. It'll be a short list.
It might end up being a Mark Jackson situation in that he just sets it up before it gets going, but we'll see.
Yeah, but either way, though, I think in my opinion, Tomlin walks. I think this is a game that really set the.
Yeah.
It paints a picture that we don't want to see in Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
and that was such a surreal scene. I will say, even
they
though
booed Renegade.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like,
what the heck?
I like I was saying, I was watching the game. I'm like, am I watching Steelers football? Or am I watching something else?
Yeah.
I digress.
For the Bills, the remainder of the regular season, they've got the Cincinnati Bengals at home. Then they've got the Patriots on the road, Browns on the road, Eagles at home, and then the Jets at home.
So they technically have to win outright.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, I think they can go 3-2 in that stretch.
So, because right now, second place in the AFC East, and for the playoff standings, currently the 7th seed.
Yeah, so they don't have room to falter.
No, because Houston right behind them at 7-5.
Yeah,
and then you got Pittsburgh 6-6.
Yeah, I mean Houston needs to take an L, and then the Bills need to win, and then that would at least give them some breathing room. But we'll have to wait and see.
Then we get to the Monday night game, which was my New England Patriots against the New York Giants, where the Patriots won 33-15. Drake May, 24-31, 282 yards passing. Motherfucking penalties. Almost had his first 300-yard game. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jackson Dart, 17-24, 139 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Devin Singletary, 12 carries, 68 yards, just 1 touchdown. Travion Henderson led the way for the Patriots, 11 carries, 67 yards, no touchdowns. Hunter Henry led the way for the Patriots in receiving, 4 catches, 73 yards, no touchdowns. And then you had Darius Slayton leading the way for the Giants, 2 catches, 41 yards, and just 1 touchdown.
Patriots are looking dominant.
They're looking. That was, holy shit, I will say. Haven't been able to watch every game this year just because, well, the way it played out, they don't have a lot of nationally televised games or games that are on in our area. But for the few games I have seen, that was the hardest I think I've seen this defense hit all year. They were throwing the Madden hit stick like it was going out of style. Holy smokes.
Well, I think the one thing which, had it not be for Ben Johnson turning around Chicago, Mike Vrabel's your coach of the year.
He's in the conversation at the least.
He's definitely in the conversation. And it's not to take anything away from him. So any Patriots fans that are calling, yelling about this, listen, we knew, I think anybody that really knows football knew when Vrabel comes to that team, he was going to turn it around.
I don't think anybody expected it 1 year.
Nobody expected in 1 year, but he has instilled that Belichick-esque do your job mentality back into that franchise that sorely needed it. And the biggest turnaround has been Drake May, who as wild as this might be for some, is in that MVP conversation.
If you're saying he's not, you're lying to yourself.
Exactly. He's in the conversation.
Number 1 in the NFL in yards, 4th in the NFL in touchdowns, tied for 63rd in interceptions, and then he's 4th in the NFL in QBR.
Yeah, you have to give him his due about that. Anybody that says he's not and goes off about the schedule nonsense, listen, I would worry about the Patriots more than I do the Broncos any day of the week.
What are they through? 12 games? 13 games?
13.
Yeah, 13 games. He has had 3 games this entire season with a quarterback rating below 100. Week 1 against the Raiders, it was 80.6. Then you had the game about a couple weeks ago against the Buccaneers where it was 89.4. And then against the Bengals where it was 87.1. Every other game, his quarterback rating has been over 100 by a lot.
Well, there's one game that gave him the confidence. And listen, I'll be honest about it. This is against the Bills.
Sure.
The fact he went in there and slayed the beast, if you will.
Sure.
The big bad beast of the East. And that is something that will give you confidence. And he has been playing on a different level since that game. Let us be honest about this.
He's making throws and precision passes that astound even me. He had that touchdown pass to Kyle Williams. What was that? I think it was like the second quarter.
Yeah.
He chucked it up. You go back and watch the footage, you can see Mac Hollins and Stephon Diggs knew it was going to be good. I'm sitting there going, he might catch it. Holy shit, he caught it.
Yeah. But that's just how good he's been playing. And the fact that he's gelling with Vrabel, that mentality is there. They're very reminiscent to that Belichick era.
Sure.
Except, Vrabel is a lot easier to deal with in interviews.
He does have some Belichick-isms, though.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
And like I said, you could definitely tell when he went back there, you knew it was going to be a problem.
You had the whole Stephen A. Drake May first take thing, and they asked Vrabel about it, and Vrabel's like, I don't know anything about that. That's certainly not the ESPN I grew up watching.
Yeah. So you have to keep that in perspective when dealing with this team, but this was a Patriots win.
Yeah.
If it felt. So I know that there's a lot of hoopla about how far they can go, and honestly, the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
Am I going to crown them Super Bowl champs? Not yet.
No.
I think I want to see how they do in the playoffs. Could I see a falter in the playoffs? Yes.
Oh, sure, depending on who they play, yeah.
Depending on who they play.
Yeah.
But I will say this. They're going to give every team they face a run for the money, depending on how soon they clinch, because I think it's after next week if they win.
So they're on a bye this upcoming week, but if they play the Buffalo Bills week 15, if they beat Buffalo, I think they can clinch then.
Yeah. So if they clinch then, there'll be a different story. It just depends on seeding.
Yeah.
And I could see the rest of the stretch going
because they're bye week 14, home game against the Bills week 15, 16 is on the road playing Baltimore, 17 is on the road playing the Jets, and then 18 is at home playing the Dolphins.
Yeah, so the Dolphins game could mean nothing at that stage. It just depends if they want to be spoilers if Miami somehow is in playoff contention, but I don't see that happening.
I don't either.
As for the Giants are a hot mess express.
2-11.
When your number 1 draft pick, the number 2 overall,
Abdul Carter.
Yep, is pulling a Keon Coleman and missing meetings, and you have to suspend him. And is playing subpar for somebody that was asking for Lawrence Taylor's number when he came out of college.
Yeah.
They got some problems there. And I will tell you this. If Tomlin comes there, don't be surprised if Carter's not there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put this out
using
some educated guesses here.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of storylines happening this week. But that's why we talk about them here on the show. So that being the case, hit us up on the hashtag. Hashtag ODPHpod. If you're still using the hashtags, why not? It's a good hashtag. Let us recap the week that was week 13 of the NFL. How is your team doing? Are we talking playoffs? Are we talking draft? Are we talking fantasy football? What are we talking? Hit us up. Let us know. We're going to get a quick breakout. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, it's Alan Dunford here from Top Hat Studios, co-writer and co-creator of Pocus Hocus and Grandma Chainsaw, and you guys are listening to the ODPH podcast.
Gotta be down to the punch, 'cause they can't bring me down if I'm already under the ground.
Coming back for another segment on this edition of the ODPH podcast, Sports Edition. We'll just go with that. We got to talk some pro wrestling.
Yeah, we do.
And a lot happened this past week for the WWE World Wrestling Entertainment because it was the annual Thanksgiving tradition, even though it's not on Thanksgiving anymore. It is that weekend, though.
Yep.
And we hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. We sure did here, and there was a lot to be thankful for with some very interesting matches happening at Survivor Series Wargames. And did it live up to the hype? Did it not? Let us talk about it. I know I have mixed feelings about it, but I was very happy with what I saw overall. But let us recap the card that was Pad.
Yeah, so this took place at Petco Park, which is, of course, the home of the San Diego Padres in San Diego, California. Gorgeous ballpark, by the way.
Yes.
With an announced attendance of 46,016. Looking at the results for this match, opening match of the card, hell of a way to start the match, was the Women's Wargames match. And you had Team Rhea, which was AJ Lee, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley, defeating Team Asuka, although Becky Lynch might hate me for saying that. But that team comprised of Becky Lynch, Lash Legend, Nia Jax, and the Kabuki Warriors in Asuka and Kairi Sane by submission, winning in 41 minutes and 10 seconds.
Amazing match.
Great start to the match, and I love the little wrinkle they threw in this year, because ever since WWE has been doing the War Games matches, they've had the shark cages, or whatever you want to call them, where two of them at the entrance ramp or right out of Gorilla, two folks start in the match, the others are in the shark cages, and then the time comes down, and then you sit there and you're, all right, who's coming out? Added the wrinkle this year, no cages.
Yeah.
You had to wait to see who was coming out, and I like that.
Yeah, I thought they did a very good job with that.
Yeah.
I think this really showed up. Shout out to Charlotte Flair, who I know her gear was designed by a 7-year-old fan who's dealing with some health issues.
Yep.
So very cool to see Charlotte do that. And
Yeah.
I mean, seeing her and Asuka lead off the team, I mean, that was a great way to start the match. What can you say? The MVP of this match, though, is still Io Sky.
Yep.
Who is absolutely insane. Like, if there's one thing that is now be synonymous with War Games, is she is the MVP every time she's in there. She does a crazy spot
With a garbage can.
In fact, now, I mean, I'm not doubting that this gets added to the video games, and
Probably.
we did see her logo was on the can this year. So who did a swanton bomb from the top of the cage, like absolutely wild.
I
mean,
that was nuts.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was a great start to the show.
A great start to see it too, and like I say, to see that Team Rhea Ripley won, I was not super shocked with. I was very happy to see. I like how they've been kind of messing with Becky Lynch. Oh my god! And her,
she's been crashing out online. And I love it.
Yeah, she's been going crazy.
If you haven't seen the one she posted last night, and you might not have, because she posted it late, like 11:30 or midnight or so Eastern.
Yeah.
The crash outs she's been having on social media are just incredible.
Yeah. The only bad thing about this, though, I would say, and I felt bad, was Lash Legend.
Yeah.
Because the crowd did not pop.
They didn't even simmer.
No, and I think
it was dead.
I think they should have brought her in the match earlier.
Yeah.
Instead of I believe she was the last one for their team.
Yeah, she was. I'm almost wondering, and I had this thought when she was coming out, and I heard no crowd reaction, which is the last thing you want.
Yeah.
I wonder if folks were expecting her to get taken out by somebody else.
Possibly.
Maybe like somebody who ended up showing up in the very next match to help out with the win, in Alexa Bliss, because the crowd was very surprisingly dead.
Yeah, I think so too, but I think it's the problem that
she's also super new on the main roster.
Right, that's where I was going with it. As weird as this sounds, because we watch a lot of wrestling here, and obviously listen to the show over the years, we watch everything.
Right.
There is a distinct difference between NXT audience and WWE audience.
Sure.
And there is a good crossover for the most part.
Sure, but as Rich has said on various iterations, there are some WWE watchers who just watch main roster.
Yep.
They will not watch NXT for whatever reason, no matter how accessible it is these days.
Yeah. So it is crazy to see in that aspect. And I think that hurt Lash a little bit.
Yeah.
Even though when she's been on the main roster, she's been amazing. She's going to be a star on there too, mark my words. But just kind of seeing that was the only thing wrong with this. I mean, I know it took a little while for everybody to get their timing going, but
sure,
once they got in there and really, you can kind of feel like the pace was picking up. I think this match really took off. Yeah. Very solid opener. Very happy with what I saw. And then, I mean, my favorite match of the night was next.
Oh, baby. This was the singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship with Dominic Mysterio taking on John Cena. And also Dominic had Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez in his corner. And winning via pinfall in 16 minutes and 40 seconds, your new Intercontinental Champion, Dominic Mysterio.
Well, we kind of talked about this a little bit online on the Fanlight Zone blog that I did for predictions. I did not think they were going to have John Cena be champion going into his final match.
No.
And it makes sense not to because that match is the storyline's already there.
Yeah.
You don't need to add the Intercontinental title involved.
You're not having a tournament to face for the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship. You're having a tournament for the number one contender to face John Cena.
Exactly. So I had a feeling they were going to do this. Monster pops for both.
Oh, yeah.
Dominic, if you don't believe he's over, I mean, he is.
Well, hometown crowd, but yes.
Either way, he was over big. I think, him being the number one 30 under 30 for ESPN,
Yeah.
it's well deserved. As wild
Absolutely.
as wild as we have been critical on him over the years, he's earned our respect, and he is definitely deserving of all the praise he's getting now.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing matches like this. This was a fun match.
Yeah.
Cena, definitely to give him the rub, if you will.
Cena's selling like a champion. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Took a Tejana bomb from Raquel Rodriguez. Took pop rocks from Roxanne Perez. And then, of course, we get the moment that it was rumored. I'd heard it earlier in the day. Liv Morgan showed up again. Came out, what the heck is she going to do? She going to take out John? She going to go after Dom and everything that's been going on? Well, she did slap the you-know-what. She did slap the taste out of Dom's mouth.
Yep.
Oh, holy smokes. And then she went and jumped in John Cena's arms. And I got to give Liv credit with the sell and the acting job she did with her eyes, because I was on the other coast of the country and I was scared.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't seen that clip, go look that clip up, because, oh, my God. And then she went low on John Cena.
Yep.
It was incredible.
It was a great moment. Like I say, it was something to solidify her as a character.
Yeah.
I think for anybody that wasn't sold that she's a main event player, that to have that moment in that spotlight and own it, that was something. And I think that I'm not saying that it was like when Becky Lynch broke her nose and was
Right.
standing there, on top of the
Right.
in the stands there.
Right.
But it was a moment that everybody knows what she did, and the fact that it got the reaction out. She pulled the double swerve, goes for the low kick. Dom takes advantage, gets the win.
Yep.
Reunites the Judgment Day, if you will.
Yep.
Like I say, it was a moment to be had, and it was one that definitely, I don't care if anybody says it was super overbooked or whatever the case was, it did its job.
It's the Judgment Day. Everything is always chaotic.
Yeah, so I had zero issues with
Yeah.
this. Love this match. Was my favorite match of the night.
Absolutely. Next up was the singles match for the Women's World Championship with Stephanie Vaquer defeating Nikki Bella, winning via pinfall in 12 minutes and 20 seconds. I'll admit, I thought that was a lot shorter.
Yeah, I did too.
It was good.
It was all right. Like I think here's where I go with this.
Okay.
I think this was almost too predictable.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't going to take the belt off of Cure now.
No.
Having Nikki go there and lose is the right call. I know I've heard and read some things online saying that
Sure.
this was so detrimental to Nikki.
No.
I don't think so.
She's coming back.
She's coming back. Is she going to be on the full-time deal? Is she, what's she doing with this? Who knows? But I think that since we've seen her back, I think she still needs to kind of pick up some timing,
Sure.
in my opinion.
Sure.
And it's not to say, she's awful.
Sure.
But I think there was moments in this that she was just behind a half step. Mm-hmm. And it's because you've been away for so long. Mm-hmm. And until you get back in the ring and the timing and all that, I think it plays a factor. This was not a good match in the sense of, I think that there was just a lot of stuff that they could have been a little tighter about.
Oh, I agree. No, am I going to remember this match, whenever I go to see or nominate something for like a best match of the year candidate and then whatever award is going on? No. But I think it was good for Vaquer because let's not forget, Nikki Bella is a Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. And while I would say of the new class that is on the main roster between her, Lash Legend, Julia, Roxanne Perez, I think Stephanie is the most over of the group.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's a good win for her. It's a feather in her cap. It's a notch in the belt. It helps build her up a little bit. Could you go and eventually give the belt to Nikki? Sure, with the right story and whatever.
Sure.
Else. But she just turned on Stephanie, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it's way too soon.
It's way too soon. The match was fine. I'm not going to sit here and go, it was the greatest women's match of the year. I think it had some unfortunate placement because it just followed.
That's true.
It just followed the Cena Dominic Mysterio match, which the crowd was, I don't want to say burnt out, but the level was certainly down.
They were gassed.
They were gassed, so unfortunately every card has that moment where it's the low point in the night, and that's just happened to be this match, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, but there's also a factor too that we didn't think about. Nikki doesn't need the belt.
No.
Nikki is in that weird crossover, beyond wrestling, so to speak. I'm not saying it's like the Rock level, because obviously it isn't.
Right.
But
She does have a fan following.
she does have a lot of a following outside of WWE.
Yeah.
For stuff that she's done, which is great. Like, listen, more power to her. So, like I say, her being champion, I don't think is needed as much as Vicure getting a good run right now. Mm-hmm. And I think it would have been just too soon. I don't think they want to play hot potato with the belt.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. I think the placement on the card was tough. Like, had they done an interview segment maybe in between, would have helped.
Yeah.
But, I digress.
Then you get to the main event of the evening, which was the men's War Games match.
War Games!
And this one was, well, there's no name for this team. It was the heel team.
The Vision.
Vision with Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. Maybe new member of the Vision. We'll see. Logan Paul.
I think they solidified him on Monday.
Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman. Defeating CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, the Usos, and Jimmy and Jay. And Roman Reigns winning via pinfall in 40 minutes and 30 seconds. Which, let's be honest, the first 35 minutes of this, good.
Yeah.
The last 5, wet fart.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's really kind of tough.
I mean, unlike the women's match, where I figured Rhea would have come out last, I figured maybe AJ. It was hard to tell. We knew who was coming out last for this match between the two teams. You're building to, and I think this is half the reason. This match is half the reason they did the switch up with the entrances for the competitors in War Games, was so you could get the Jey Uso yeet and the whole thing with the crowd.
Yeah, but
and you could get the ones with Roman Reigns, and you could do everything else. I think this match was the whole reason they did that. But we knew who was coming out for this one. The build up to this was great, just the back and forth, and Drew getting back in the ring with the Usos and Cody, and then Logan Paul entering the match, and Bronson Reed tsunamiing everything that was moving. Just a fantastic build-up. Brock, you got the Usos and CM Punk, doing the whole run it back with Jay's entrance. And Jay's on top of a War Games cage, rocking back and forth to his entrance music. And then Brock's music hits. You had CM Punk with the chair, strumming it like it's a guitar. It was fun. Brock's music hits. He comes out and starts suplexing everything that moved. We knew Roman was coming out. And then you get the moment where, and I thought this was interesting too, because correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they'd ever mentioned before that night that until all 5 members were in, or all 10 members, I should say, were in the cage, you could leave. I don't remember them saying that, but they made a specific point to say that night.
Well, I think because Brock would.
Bingo, because Brock went out to confront Roman, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
You figured. And then they beat the holy hell out of each other, and then wet fart.
I think they needed to cover for Brock, because I think maybe he just did that on his own. Which, listen, I'm not going to tell him no. Are you going to tell him no?
You could try.
I
don't recommend it.
I don't recommend it. No, I will say this, though. I think storyline-wise, it did feel a little forced.
Sure.
Like, the build, once they got there, was okay. But then again, it's been a little problem that they've had right now is you have had Cody and Roman away, because let's face it, they're doing Street Fighter.
Yep.
They're off TV.
Yep. Drew's getting ready to do Highlander.
Drew's getting ready to do a movie. Seth Rollins was supposed to be here until he got hurt.
Right. I heard some rumors that Jacob Fatu was supposed to be a part of this match, but then he wasn't cleared yet.
That's rumored too. So you had to make the best chicken salad out of chicken stuff.
Yeah.
And they did.
Oh, they did. It was, like I said, 40-minute match. The first 35 minutes were great. It was those last 5 that I went, that's it?
Well, because of how it ended.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what everybody takes away from this.
Yeah.
Like me, I hated the fact they did the run it back.
Yeah.
That drove me nuts.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, unless you were going to do what I thought they should have done and have Jey Uso go heel there, cost his team, join the Vision, and we're off to the races. I think that would have been such a more beneficial move than what we got.
Yeah.
Because how this ends is we have a mysterious masked wrestler come over the cage, do a super kick.
A la Seth Rollins.
And a curb stomp.
A la Seth Rollins.
And then they climb out of the cage and leave.
Yep.
So you have that ending, and it's like, what?
If you think that's Seth Rollins, I have a bridge to sell you.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what they're trying to do per se. And
they're trying to play off the whole he was injured and then he faked everybody out angle again.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily so much that. I think what they're trying to do, and I want to say I feel they have an idea who it's going to be, but at the same time they could always move into a different direction should something come in there.
Sure.
Like and granted, everybody's come up with some theories. Listen, the one I'm just going to debunk right now.
Okay.
It is not John Moxley.
People are actually saying that.
Oh my God, dude!
Holy hell!
Granted, I know you don't follow anything AEW on socials.
No.
I have read some things.
Holy cow!
I agree with it? Absolutely not. I think it's the most far-fetched thing possible.
I mean, there's one person that I think is still technically in AEW that you could throw out that idea, and sure, but he ain't that spry anymore.
Oh,
Jericho.
Chris Jericho, yeah.
Like, could it be Jericho? Yeah, sure. You could draw it out long enough that it eventually revealed to be Jericho, but let's face it, Jericho's not that spry anymore.
It's not him. There's a short list of real suspects you could do.
We've got to remember, too, Seth Rollins, for those who still think it's Seth Rollins, go back and watch the footage. Seth Rollins isn't that broad-shouldered.
Yeah, there's no way.
I knew instantly that wasn't Seth.
No. So, if you really want to narrow it down, if you want to do a locks and leap style,
Sure.
the lock would be Austin Theory.
Yeah, agreed.
That would be the definitive lock because obviously nobody's seen Theory for a while.
He's been quote unquote hurt.
Yeah, something's been going on. We don't know.
Yeah.
He's just been off TV.
Yep.
He's had an injury. We don't know the extent or whatever the case is, but he's been gone.
Yep.
It would make a lot of sense. He's rumored to be part of the Vision, and
he was rumored to be part of the Vision when it started.
Yeah, so it would make the most sense to make him. So I'm going to say he's the lock.
Yeah.
Now the leap is kind of interesting.
Okay.
Because you could go a couple different spots with this. One was Sami Zayn, which
that'd be interesting.
It would be interesting, but he's like the Mick Foley of this modern era. I don't know if the crowd can boo him. In all honesty,
yeah,
and listen, that's nothing against Sami, but it's being honest.
True.
You could also make an argument that much like when Rhea Ripley was dressed in all black and we didn't know who it was, and she attacked a male wrestler when she joined the Judgment Day.
Right. True.
There's a couple things I saw online, which I'll give, if I can find who the account is, I'll give them credit. Zoe Starks. Now, granted, I don't think it is Zoe because I don't think she's ready yet to come back.
No.
But that kind of put an idea in the head.
I saw a couple of people throw out Tony D'Angelo, and I'm like, you wouldn't if that was the case, he wouldn't be masked because nobody know who the hell he is.
Well, you never know. Like I think they just kept it that mysterious because I think maybe they're still figuring it out.
That could be.
Which listen, that's fine.
Could be just buy him time.
As long as you get a payout of some sort.
Sure.
I mean, could it be are they going to try waiting to see if Jericho does sign, it's him?
I mean, you have time because the next technically event with the event chronology is NXT's Deadline, which is taking place on Saturday.
Yeah, they won't touch that one.
After that, you've got Saturday night's main event, which that's all focused around John Cena. So you ain't
John Cena and NXT talent, they're not going to do anything there.
After that, you've got another Saturday night's main event at the end of January. That's going to be up in Montreal.
No, I think not to interrupt you on that, but I think what you're going to happen is they're gearing up the year anniversary on Netflix. You'll have your answer then.
Could be because what did they scheduled on Monday Night Raw? Well, Paul Heyman scheduled. What is it? Braun Breaker versus CM Punk.
Yep.
That's on January 5th.
The fact you're getting a main event at that level, the allegedly quote unquote WrestleMania main event.
Yeah, it could be.
I think that's where you get your answer.
After that, it's Survivor Series at the end of January.
Oh, you mean Royal Rumble?
Oh, so yeah, sorry. Why did I say Survivor Series?
We're talking
Royal Rumble at the end of January.
So,
which, boy, the timing of that one, the start time of that one's going to be real interesting.
Oh, yeah?
That's the one in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, geez.
Uh-huh. So, hey, for us, it'll be real good. Middle of the afternoon.
Yeah, I can take a middle of the afternoon.
I'm not mad about that.
I will not be mad about that
That's why if they ever put WrestleMania over in London, I won't be mad about it because it'll start at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
It'll be a good time.
I love it.
Yeah, it won't be going until 12:30 in the morning. I can appreciate that. But you have any picks for that? I mean,
for who it's going to be? No, I think it's Austin Theory. I can't think of anybody else that's been off TV for a while. Which, hey, if they end up coming up with somebody that's not Austin Theory that's been off TV for a while that I totally forgot about, kudos to you. I don't think it was Randy Orton because Randy Orton is way taller than that person was. It'd be fun though. Leaps though, I mean, just because I heard it and I think it'd be funny, Tony D'Angelo, why not?
Tony D would be fun.
Tony D'Angelo would be fun. Would make no sense whatsoever.
Listen, I'm okay with it. He has won me over. He is Mr. TNA on a WWE roster. I'm okay with it.
Which, hey, by the way, shout out TNA.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Got the AMC deal.
Listen, big deals happening with TNA Wrestling. January 15th, they're going to be having a 2-hour show. Thursday Night Impact.
Listen, TNA or AMC, you want me to watch? Do a negotiation because I've got Hulu Live TV. Get on Hulu. I'll watch.
Yeah, that's one thing we're going to have to.
That's the only downside is AMC is not on Hulu Live.
We'll have to shoot them a line. We know people who know people over there. Mm-hmm. But either way, a lot of storylines happening there. The Raw after didn't really do. I know they kept saying it was epic.
Listen. Forget Raw. The biggest talking point for WWE is Ethan Page got carjacked by an iguana.
Yep, that's true. NXT had the better storyline this week.
Ethan Page, Mr. Iguana carjacked Ethan Page at NXT.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the clip, go watch it.
It's amazing.
It's tremendous.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot, but like I say, they're kind of easing up on the storylines a little bit because obviously with the John Cena one.
Deadline coming this weekend.
Yeah, Deadline, all the focus is going to be there. Yeah. So if you want to hear more about that, I'm happy to announce, I guess I'm allowed to break the news if you didn't catch the first episode of Fanlight Zone Presents. 607 TWS is back.
Heyo.
And if you haven't heard 607 TWS, you can go through the archives here on the ODPH.
I'll say the feed is still up on Apple Podcasts. I know that.
Yes.
How far back it goes, I couldn't tell you.
I don't know either.
I'm still subscribed to it on Apple Podcasts. You should be too.
Let's just say this. I know Rich is happy to bring that brand back.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to watch. I just wish I could be on it, but scheduling is not allowing me to right now.
Listen, I know they would record, and sometimes I'd be busy and wouldn't be able to watch, but I'd be able to listen to the next day on my workout. Made my workouts go a lot quicker.
And it's a lot different than their former show. Hey. I want to say shout out to Rich and shout out to Sammy. It's going to be a lot different than their former show, and I'm just going to leave it like that. So if you want to find out about that Fanlight Zone YouTube, I know they're going to be breaking down the NXT card there. But in the meantime, hit us up on that hashtag ODPHpod. We're talking WWE here, so let us know your thoughts about Survivor Series Wargames and where you think everything's going to be heading, because there's a lot of wrestling going to be taking place. So make sure you're following Fanlight Zone and the ODPH, because we're going to have a lot of coverage taking place for the end of 2025 and into 2026. That all said, got to get one last breakout. We'll be right back.
This is Tom from Tom Joe Lou.
This is Matt from Sideroom Sounds.
And you're listening to ODPH Podcast.
Wanna go where no one knows my name, to the desert, the oceans, or the plains. 'Cause I wanna...
Coming back for the final segment on this edition of the ODPH Podcast. Pad, what you got?
Couple things got to talk about. First of which is obviously being the local minute and looking at the standings for the Empire Division of the Federal Prospects Hockey League, where our Binghamton Black Bears play. Of course, they are back-to-back defending champs. Another week, still in first place.
That's right.
They are sitting in first place with 44 points. They are ahead of the Port Huron Prowlers in second place with 33 points. Topeka Scarecrows are coming up next in third place with 25 points. Right behind them in fourth are the Blue Ridge Bobcats with 23 points. Also right behind them in fifth place, the Danbury Hat Tricks with 22 points. Then you've got the Watertown Wolves in sixth place with 15 points. And then bringing up the rear still, the Indiana Sentinels in seventh place with only 5 points.
Ooh.
Yeah, not a good season for the Indiana Sentinels. Growing pains, I would say.
Definitely not a good look.
Looking at the Black Bears schedule from this past week, heck of a weekend they had. They had a game on Wednesday, November 26th against the Danbury Hat Tricks. Won that game 6-3. If memory serves, that was the wild one where they started off down 3-0, and then they had two players end the game with hat tricks.
Yeah,
which is absolutely bonkers. I can't think of the last time I saw that at any level of hockey. Came back on Black Friday, November 28th against the Watertown Wolves. Won that one 4-1. Then a gritty, gutsy win on Saturday. This one against the Twin City Thunderbirds, where they won that one by the final score of 5-4. So a couple games going on this week. Both of them are at home. Friday, December 5th, 7 o'clock Eastern, they're playing the Port Huron Prowlers. And then they're back again on Saturday, same time, 7 o'clock, playing the Port Huron Prowlers. So for more tickets, information, and all that good stuff, BinghamtonBlackBears.com. Then we got to talk a little bit of basketball because, oh boy.
A lot of drama lately.
Yeah, apparently the Clippers need to cut some money to pay Kawhi Leonard in aspiration money. Hey. No, I kid. But the Clippers did make a rather interesting move today as we record, or last night as we record, however you want to define it, because less than a week after they posted and announced that it would be Chris Paul's final season in the NBA. Well, they're cutting ties with him. Reading from an article from Greg Beecham of the Associated Press on NBA.com, it reads, quote, Chris Paul says the LA Clippers are sending him home from their road trip, putting a shocking twist on what is expected to be the veteran point guard's final NBA season. Just found out I'm being sent home, Paul posted on social media at around 3 a.m. Wednesday morning, adding a peace emoji. The struggling Clippers are in Atlanta for a road game against the Hawks on Wednesday night. LA lost at Miami on Monday night to fall to 5-16 and a wildly disappointing start to the season. The 40-year-old Paul is playing his 21st NBA season, and he strongly hinted last month that it will be his last. The 12-time All-Star and 2-time Olympic gold medalist has earned 4 All-NBA first-team selections, and he ranks second in NBA history with 12,552 assists. He was the first player to score at least 20,000 points while recording at least 10,000 assists. He became arguably the most accomplished player in Clippers franchise history, while leading the team to 6 winning seasons from 2011 to 2017, including the Clippers' first 2 Pacific Division titles and 3 playoff series victories. Paul returned to Los Angeles as a free agent last July, rejoining a franchise where he is loved by fans while having an outside chance to contend for his first championship alongside Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. Lawrence Frank, the Clippers' top basketball executive, issued a statement confirming Paul's departure to several media outlets early Wednesday. He indicated the Clippers will attempt to trade Paul, who signed a $3.6 million deal to return to LA. Quote, we are parting ways with Chris, and he will no longer be a part of the team, Frank said. We will work with him on the next step of his career. Chris is a legendary Clipper who has had a historic career. I want to make one thing very clear. No one is blaming Chris for our underperformance. I accept responsibility for the record we have right now. There are a lot of reasons why we've struggled. We're grateful for the impact Chris has made on the franchise, close quote. So certainly interesting things going on. And just to add some potential fuel to the fire, Shams Charania of ESPN did put out a thing today as we record, saying, quote, Chris Paul and his leadership style clashed with Clippers, sources tell ESPN. Paul has been vocal in holding management, coaches, and players accountable, which the team felt became disruptive. Specifically, Ty Lue was not on speaking terms with Paul for several weeks. Drama,
but I know obviously with Chris Paul being on the way out, I mean Father Time has caught up with him.
True.
Not really surprised, just a messy way to break up. But then again, you've had somebody that's been a leader on a team for so long as Paul has. I'm sure he butts heads with a lot of coaches and such because he's used to running a team in his own manner on the court. So I can understand the drama. It's an unfortunate way to kind of wrap things up. So it is what it is there. But
wild for the inevitable documentary that will be made about his career.
Yeah, so definitely one to watch as this move forward. I mean, I think that I wouldn't doubt if Paul is going to be done and a free agent, he just winds up being on a team that's about ready to make a breakthrough.
Watch him end up on the Lakers.
I mean,
watch that move finally go through. All these years later.
Yeah, I would say that would be something. I mean, the Lakers.
David Stern somewhere shaking his fist.
Yeah. I mean, that would be somewhere in the universe he's doing.
Longtime NBA fans know.
Yeah. So also a little bit of news. I guess Giannis is meeting with his team about his future in Milwaukee. Is he going to stay or is he going to go?
Is he shopping for apartments in New York?
To get him there, it would take him a lot because the Bridges deal. But
you say that, but I could probably figure out a way to do it.
I would say there's a way to do it. Will New York do it, and does it make him better? Does it get him over the hump? I don't know.
How's Dolan's Sphere doing these days?
Probably
got some money from that.
I was gonna say he's got. I think he's got.
I'll say the number of artists they've got doing residencies in that place. They ain't hurting.
I think Fish is out there doing a residency.
So they did a residency. Backstreet Boys did a residency. U2 did a residency. Like they ain't hurting.
They're not hurting for anything on that Sphere. So I mean, but if Dolan does a residency out there, we'll be just fine, in my opinion. I'm just gonna put that out there. I will end with a little bit of UFC news. I know we haven't talked about it lately, but
can we talk about how I love they're going to start the card times now allegedly at 9 p.m.
Yep, they're starting early. Yeah, they're starting early.
Thank you, Lord.
As they're going to be making a move to Paramount for their streaming, so they're going to be making a model a la the WWE when they went to Peacock.
Already had Paramount Plus. Now I can't get rid of it.
Yeah, now I'm right there with you. So It was announced for the first card going to it, I believe.
Yes, it is.
That we have Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett in an interim lightweight title.
That's not a bad. That's the main event, right?
I believe.
I think that's going to be the main event. That's not bad.
Well, that will be the main event of one card. I know they've been making some announcements. I know there was an egregious, in my opinion, I don't care what anybody says. It is egregious that Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes is not headlining the card that they are on.
Sure.
I'm sorry. That, to me, that does not make any sense. That is probably the biggest women's MMA fight you could do.
Yeah.
So the fact it's the co-main for UFC 324.
324, yeah. That's the.
That is the
co-main.
Gaethje. Yeah, that is the Gaethje one. I am shocked at this. I'm sorry. Like, listen, Gaethje and Pimblett is good. Don't get me wrong. It's in the interim title, and Tupuria is dealing with a family, personal reasons, so he's away right now. So I understand. So they're doing the interim title. I fully get it. I'm not knocking this. Like I say, it's a main event no matter where you are. But there's no way you can tell me that Kayla Harrison, 19-1, who is defending against the GOAT of women's MMA.
You cannot tell me otherwise.
Amanda Nunes, 23-5.
Legend killer.
Yeah, I don't care that she's coming out of retirement since 2023. I don't like Nunes coming back is huge, especially for Harrison. This is box office.
I'm going to read off some names for you, some of you new listeners. Tell me if you've heard of some of these folks. Kat Zingano, Shayna Baszler, Sarah McMahon, Valentina Shevchenko, Misha Tate, Ronda Rousey, Raquel Pennington, Chris Cyborg, Holly Holm. Yeah, most of those names, I think the only one I mentioned she lost to was Kat Zingano. But all those other names, she's beaten them.
Yeah.
It's a literal who's who of the greatest MMA women's fighters of all time.
She stood toe-to-toe with Cyborg and didn't blink.
Uh-huh.
Like, let's just say this. I mean, Nunes is the GOAT. There's no question about it. So the fact that it's the co-main, I will agree with Ariel Helwani. I know he's been outspoken about it. And listen, I'm right there with him. Gaethje and Pimblett is a great main event. Yeah. And it's a co-main.
It's a good main event any other night of the year.
But, yeah, I'm sorry. If you're comparing the needle mover, I'm sorry, it's Nunes and Harrison.
Agreed.
No question about it. Gaethje, granted, we haven't seen him since, the BMF title?
Something like that, yeah.
It's been a hot minute since we've seen him. Granted,
let me see.
He's box office.
Gaethje's last fight was back in March, UFC 313, where he beat Rafael Fiziev.
Oh, that's right. He had the decision there. So it's been a while since we've seen him. And like I say,
reasons. I don't think he was hurt.
No. I think he got to the point where it's like, he's not going to win a title. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
And Gaethje is always an exciting fighter. He stands in the pocket too much and takes way too much damage. Pimblett is much like the same. Pimblett, who is undefeated at this stage.
High rising star.
Yeah, he's undefeated in the octagon, I should say.
Right.
He's 7-0 in the octagon, 23-3 in the real record. He's going to stand and bang with him.
Yeah.
So that is going to be a hell of a main event. Anywhere else, Sean O'Malley versus Seo Young is going to be also on there. So that's going to be a great card. Grasso versus Thug Rose is also going to be taking place. So at a flyweight, and Derek Lewis is on the card too.
Listen, you sold me on Derek Lewis alone.
Yeah, I mean they have a stacked card for this. So coming to Paramount, that's the card you want to make. So that's going to be
it's a good
huge.
First foot forward.
Yeah. So
also starting at 9:00 is glorious.
Yeah, everything about this is a big win.
For those of you who don't understand it, on the East Coast, these cards previously would start at 10 o'clock and sometimes end at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And when you got to get up for work the next morning, it's rough.
Yeah. And I'm going to leave with this note.
Okay.
Because I did not realize this was happening here.
Okay.
According to ESPN.
Okay.
Most valuable promotions, quote, most valuable promotions, this is Andreas Hale is writing. Most valuable promotions has revealed the undercard for the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight on December 19th and the Kaseya Center in Miami, which is airing live on Netflix.
Okay.
So Anthony Joshua is going to be boxing Jake Paul. Okay.
And this is a legit boxing
This
match.
is legit.
This ain't the scrimmage nonsense he's been doing.
No, this is a real fight.
Okay.
This is real.
Okay.
The undercard, reading from the article yet again, quote, the undercard for Paul's previous scheduled fight with Gervonta Tank Davis remained largely intact, which, however, Anderson Silva is no longer facing Chris Weidman in the main card opener. I did not realize they were boxing on this card.
Yeah, no, they were.
I did not realize.
No, they were.
Instead, fellow former UFC champion Tyrone Woodley will be stepping in to face Silva in a 6-round cruiserweight matchup.
I say the same because I was talking to Common Man Vince Iatoli about this when the Silva Weidman thing was initially announced. What year is it?
I might
Woodley versus Silva. What year is this?
I might have heard this and I just tuned it out. I think I just like
because I saw this who Silva was originally supposed to fight, and I'm like, all right, 10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Now, no.
Yeah. So
and I still say that for Woodley. Nothing against Woodley, but why?
No, this is
I get you need a paycheck.
In my opinion, this is going to be just a train wreck TV.
Oh, absolutely.
Like am I watching? Hell yes, I am.
I might be.
Oh, on Netflix, I'm watching. I'm sorry.
Depends on what I'm doing that night.
As long as there's no pro wrestling going on, I will be watching this. I'm going to tell you right now, I will be camped out for this. Because this is just going to be a mess. I'm sorry, Anthony Joshua is going to absolutely destroy Jake Paul. It's not even going to be close. If it is, I just let me put it this way. I cannot see this logistically happening where it's close. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love if you can find Dana White's reaction when he was told this. He's just
I did see that.
I'm the same way. I had the exact same one he did. So, but yeah, so that's something to keep an eye out for on December 19th. And as we alluded to, the UFC card going to Paramount Plus. Listen, is going to be one you don't want to miss when it takes place. And honestly, just make sure you sign up for Paramount Plus. I love the deal they're doing there. 9 o'clock fights. Give it to me. For that said, though, for anything and everything it is, the ODPH, you can find it at odphpodcast.com. That's it for this week in sports. So for the one and only Padawan J.
Fuck the Astros.
I'm your host, Ken M. I'd like to say goodbye to Devin Williams. Listen, I know you went to the
$50 million a year. You can keep his ass.
Adios, my friend. Adios. Have fun pitching in Queens. Thank you as always for listening to the ODPH podcast. We'll see you next time.
It's such waste of time, swiping left and swiping right on people you could know. 'Cause anyone who's worth a damn be worth way more than a picture could ever show. You could find the right light, find the right angle, and never find your soul. And it can feel like a losing battle, and this plot is full of holes. This modern way of finding love just makes me feel so alone. And I can't be the only one sick of staring at my phone. So look up, talk to me, a better way to spend our energy. Just look up, talk to me. We don't have to float alone on the open sea. Don't know that I believe in the old time fable. Everyone has just one true love. All I know is you're across this table, and you're all I'm thinking of. So look up, talk to me, a better way to spend our energy. Just look up, talk to me. We don't have to float alone on the open sea. Talk to me. Talk to me. It's such waste of time, swiping left and swiping right on people you could know. Whoa.